Dropped it off. It's there. It's here. Ferris, it's here. Ferris, the package is here. It's finally here. Oh no, I have no space. All right. Let's figure this out. Okay, everyone, the time has come. It's been so long since I pre-ordered this device, and it's finally here. 13 months later. Where is my marker that I used to lock out my address? Where did that go? Where's my marker? I need a marker. You know what? I'll just open it upside down. Okay, here we have the box. They announced this last, like, May I think, or April. And now it is here, 13 months later. You have no idea how happy that I am that this is here. Okay, let's get this satisfying opening. Oh, let's keep my Odin in frame. Here's the Odin, and here's the Steam Deck. Oh, take that off. That's a video I'm gonna make in a few days, sometime soon. Steam Deck's right there. We'll compare them in a second, but let's open it up finally. Oh, here's the case. Sick. Oh my gosh, I love this. Let's open the case first. Something I just want to say is that I love how they gave a case like Valve did for the Steam Deck. I think that's just really cool. Let me get that case so we can compare the two. So if this is to be believed, the device should be much smaller than the Steam Deck. Let's open this up because it feels heavy. What's in it? Oh, okay. A adapter for going around the world, I guess. A USB-C to USB-C cable. It's 5 amps. Here's the cable. Let's see how long this is. Because with the Odin Super Dock, they gave you a 65-watt charger that has actually been really useful. It's been sitting under my desk and like at my bedside table ever since. This is a pretty good sized cable. It doesn't fit in the frame in wide angle, so okay, ignore how messy my desk is. And this I assume is the power brick. This is 100 watts, I think. I think I've done a really good job for, like, somehow I've avoided so much low-key content. Like, I know everybody's been making their videos, been posting it. I have not watched a single video just because I want to have my own experience, like own unique experience without being influenced by anybody else. And I probably wouldn't be, but it's like, this is the least I've seen of a product before I got it. Okay, it's already sliding out. I got the white. I got the white. Okay. So look at this cool casing. Why does it look like that on the actual box? Okay. I guess that's cool, but like, why? I guess it's like a slide out kind of thing. Oh, okay. Box presentation is really nice. Let's take this out first. There it is. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Loki instruction manual. So we have all the buttons, back, joystick, Xbox mode. Okay, nobody cares. Let's get this out. Dude, you have no idea how long I've been waiting for this thing. I mean, you definitely do. It's been like 13 months. This feels way different than the Steam Deck. I'm gonna have to get used to this control scheme. And the size, because it feels just so different. But it is definitely comfortable, and I love how wide it is. Because look how like spaced out. This definitely feels very comfortable compared to the Odin. Because let's compare it to the Odin. I can't tell. It looks like it's like the exact same like size in terms of height, and this thing is definitely thicker and it's definitely wider, but if it feels more comfortable to use because the Odin was like the grips were good, but they weren't great, and the triggers were kind of okay. Everything felt great, but it was like, but compared to now, it feels kind of okay. These are big triggers, big triggers. That looks like the AYN. These are big triggers. We've got the charging port on the bottom. This is the 512 model. Well, I mean, all Loki Maxes come 512. We have an SD card slot on the bottom. Then you got the RGB lights on the side. I don't know how I feel about these analog sticks because they feel very loose. I'm gonna have to get used to them. Because like on the Steam Deck, it's like they don't have that much travel. These feel like they have a lot of travel. I'll have to get used to that. Let's turn it on. Oh, that's right. Just having a nice little battery. Oh, why did it beep? Loki! That's the logo. Why don't we plug it in just so it doesn't die? Sadly, I did not get to Windows. I did not get to engrave my name in this one like I did the Odin. I always forget that I have my name engraved in that one. Why does the screen look so small? It's because the Steam Deck screen is gigantic. Look how small it is compared to the Steam Deck. This definitely feels like an AYN. I've never used an AYN, so I would never know. Going through Windows setup is like a pain. Connect to Wi-Fi. Why is Wi-Fi turned off? Can I not connect to Wi-Fi? It's not letting me turn Wi-Fi on, dude. That's so annoying.
That is loud, dude. That fan is loud.
This isn't really their fault. I just hate Windows. Where's the Odin, like, supporter case part, though? I didn't get anything. It was supposed to be like an Odin limited edition thing. I didn't get anything for Odin supporters. Oh well, who cares? Okay, let's go to settings. Where's settings? Oh, let's turn on dark mode. Yay, dark mode. Thank God. At least there's no Windows updates. I don't want any Windows updates. Oh my God. Look at all those updates, dude. This is so loud. Okay, while it's doing that, let's download Chrome. They really try and like keep you on Microsoft Edge, but I'm just like too deep into Chrome. I want to try something out before I like leave to do my impressions. So I want to download an emulator. I want to download Dolphin. Okay, now let's Google. Oh my God.
The great thing about Windows is that
for as annoying as it is, it's very easy to just download these emulators. So what I'm gonna do now is plug in my external drive that has all of my ROMs on it. We're gonna transfer only the Wii games because I want to be able to test them out.
11 minutes? I don't have that kind of time. Okay, let's stop.
We're gonna put Mario Kart Wii, sorry. Oh, did it finish? We're gonna unplug this. Look how loud that's running, dude. We're gonna play Mario Kart with the fans at full speed. Volume's all the way up. We're just playing it windowed for now. Hopefully it's just building shaders and not actually stuttering. First place, I'm so great. But so I'm gonna transfer all my ROMs, we'll get this all figured out, and then I'll come back to you probably tomorrow with my first impressions. I'll see you then.
All right, welcome back, guys. So it's the next day. I've been using the Loki Max right here for a lot, actually. I've actually been using it quite a bit. I've been testing it out, mostly just emulation, because that's more so what I'm interested in. But I am planning to download more Steam games and testing those out to see what works better on the Steam Deck versus this. But just to give my first initial impressions, I actually really like this thing. So 13 months later, there was always a chance that I didn't like it, that it didn't live up to my expectations. But at this point, after waiting so long and seeing a lot of people get frustrated with AYN and they're like shipping stuff, my expectations like fell. Like they weren't that high. I wanted it to be good. I thought it was going to be great. Like I thought I was going to love this design. But over the past like few months, my expectations have kind of like fallen just because I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't going to watch any Loki content before I got my device. And I wasn't sure they were going to pull it off. But they did. They put in the box a 100 watt charger, a 100 watt brick, which is actually been really useful for charging it up. I haven't really tested the battery life all too much on this thing, but I'm going to. I think compared to Android devices, it's going to be much easier to test the battery life because for an Android device, especially something like the Retro Pocket 3 Plus or something like that, it's been very difficult to say this is how long the battery lasts because I don't use those devices for as long just comparatively on a single charge. And usually what will happen is those devices will die because they're in sleep mode. They won't die because I've been using them for too long. They'll die because they're in sleep mode. But the difference between those and say the Steam Deck right here is that I use the Steam Deck for long periods of time. Like in portable mode, I use it like playing, like sitting down somewhere. Like I'll be not far away from an outlet, but like far enough away where I can't just like bring a wire. So I definitely notice the battery life a lot more, and that'll be much more apparent on here since this is just plain Windows. So I'll be able to test that more. And In terms of size, I actually think this is kind of perfect. Like, the screen isn't as big on the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck screen is definitely bigger. But I think this is kind of perfect. Like, it's not too tall, it's not too wide. It's, like, pretty much a good size for a portable PC. And the ergonomics are great. And there's, like, hotkeys that switch between mouse mode and, like, game mode for the onboard controls. And they work surprisingly well. Like, I'm not sure... Like, on the Steam Deck, I've used the trackpads to, like, control the mouse in desktop mode. For here, you have to use the joysticks. It's not that bad. It kind of moves a little slow. I wish I could adjust the sensitivity. I'm not sure if I can. I'd have to look into that, but just the base ones are kind of slow. It's kind of useful. The only thing is, if you, like, hold down the thing to go back into gaming mode, there will sometimes be a pop-up asking you to add, like, to choose an app to use that gaming mode, as if, like, you need to launch an app. But... it works well. Sometimes the mouse doesn't come up. You need to like click on like the screen before you can like use the mouse, which is weird, but like I don't really care. I don't have any other Windows handhelds, so I can't really compare this to any of them, but this would probably be the only one I would consider recommending over the Steam Deck. And especially the lower models, like the Loki, what does the base Loki cost? It's like, what, $600? So this Loki Max cost me $680. That was with the Odin backer discount. So I got a good discount. It was like $120 off. It was like $780, I think. So the Loki Max is $775. So that's like $375 more than the Steam Deck at base price. That's not too bad. What's the Loki at 256 gigabytes? $579. Steam Deck prices. I don't know the prices just because I bought the Steam Deck at 64 gigabytes. So the most expensive Steam Deck is $649. What is the Loki at 512 gigabytes? $649. So the Loki base at 512 and the Steam Deck at 512 costs the exact same. Now, power is going to differ. I mean, the Loki base looks like it's going to be more powerful than the Steam Deck. I don't think they've shipped many of those. If they have, it hasn't been many. Yeah, the Steam Deck uses a Zen 2 processor, while the Loki uses a Zen 3. It looks like it's pretty much the same. The Loki has a better screen because the Steam Deck has an 800p screen, while the Loki Max has a 1080p screen. It is a smaller screen, but it's a better screen. So it looks like, just based on pure specs, the Loki base is going to be better than the Steam Deck. And it's at the same price as the most expensive Steam Deck with the same amount of storage. But at the same time, people aren't going to optimize their games for the Loki. They're going to optimize it for the Steam Deck. So you're probably going to get better settings out of some games on the Steam Deck, but we'll have to test that out. We'll have to see those videos. I'll compare these two in my full review and when I do a bunch of stuff like that. But in terms of how this thing runs, it's done all the emulation I've wanted it to. Like, it does Switch, it does Wii U, it does all of that really well. You can like change the TDP levels and like make it run better, but that's obviously going to take a toll on the battery life. This whole thing is a very customizable experience. The RGB lights take a second to turn off if you put it into sleep mode, but it is a very customizable experience. It's a very good experience. This thing is pretty weighty. Like, the Steam Deck is weighty, but it has a lot of like space to kind of sort that out. This is very heavy. It's not very heavy, but it's like noticeably heavy, which I kind of like. But yeah, I like this design. I feel like I'm just trying to do a mini review right now. I'm not doing a mini review. We're gonna just let me finish up my impressions. So I really like this thing. In terms of its comparison to the Steam Deck, I'll have to look at it more, play a bunch of games, because the Steam Deck, I have really used that for emulation, but it's also trying to get me into PC gaming. And this is something I will try to play PC games on and test emulation and stuff, because the Steam Deck can play a lot of things really well in terms of emulation, so I'm not sure how different that's really going to be. But yeah, I really like this thing so far. I think it has kind of lived up to my expectations. I'll obviously have to play it more, but for the time being, it doesn't seem to have many issues that I notice. Like, I really like it. I really like this design. I really like how it's set up. I really like the whole thing. I would hold off on pre-ordering it unless you've like seen other reviews and you actually want to. If you're just like on the edge, maybe wait a little bit, because they're really taking a while to ship these out. Like, I ordered it the minute it became available and still got it like a month after everybody else. So yeah, this is my unboxing video. I will be back with my review in maybe like a week or two. I'll do some testings, I'll do some comparisons, and I have another video on the Steam Deck that I'll put out sometime. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.